Welcome back to Gooner Pavilion and another loss for us to react to. Arsenal won Bournemouth 2, and this one was at the Emirates Stadium. I mean, you could see the atmosphere was flat, the players were flat. Fans got it, no question about it. And it always stings your team losing a game. But let's be clear, this was not the most important game of the season. And I know that a lot of people are building that narrative. No, it wasn't. We were playing Bournemouth with a very distracted squad, albeit this was the full squad that we started with. So Saka played, there was Partey, Martinelli, Declan Rice, pretty much other than Merino, who didn't play. So that looks very much like the team that might suit up against PSG on Wednesday. I think the reality of the situation is that Merino probably has a special role that Mikel Arteta wants him to be involved in that game. So it was a disappointing performance. It wasn't disastrous, and I know a lot of people are painting the narrative right now, especially on the back of Man City winning their game, and saying that second place is in jeopardy, and maybe it is, right? But it's no different from any other season that we would have been trying to win the title. You always have someone at the back chasing for a position until it's mathematically done, right? And I know Arsenal have got a difficult game after PSG. I think that's Newcastle game that we're playing. And Newcastle has been another team that we've lost to this season. And hey, there's plenty of time for people out there to build that narrative. But that's not what the focus of this is. The focus of this really is just to reflect on what this really means. And I don't want to be hypocritical because before the game, I had said this is not the big one. I would take whatever results we could get at Bournemouth as long as we're able to do the business against PSG. PSG is the summit. PSG is the one that we are all really, really focused on. It's okay to be angry. It's okay to feel disappointed. As a fan, we should feel that way. But for me, I've always said, and I will maintain that this was not the biggest game of the season. This does remind me of a personal story. When I was very young, then always, I had double booked myself. I met this incredibly beautiful girl. We hit it off, and we're texting back and forth. And I thought to myself, well, let's go out, go on a date and stuff like that. And so we had arranged a date, and I completely forgot it was the same day that Arsenal was playing. Um, so when I remembered that Arsenal was playing that game, now I was thinking to myself, do I reschedule the date? And I thought to myself, I can still make it. I think the game was a 3 o'clock game, and I thought, well, the game will finish way before we're supposed to meet later on in that day. And you can guess what happened. I went to watch the game. I think I went to a pub to watch the game. Arsenal Arsenal lost that game. Arsenal lost that game. And I was I was so late for the date, and obviously that affected whatever went on with the girl. I mean, it was a long time ago, but sometimes you do end up sacrificing something, hoping to get something bigger. For me, I thought I could actually have a double whammy in that day, have a great Arsenal performance, and then also have a great day. Um, but I ended up with neither. And that is exactly where Arsenal are right now. They can end up with nothing at the end of the season. It's the realistic thing. And what would that say about Mikel Arteta? What would that say about the growth that Arsenal has made in the last couple of weeks, in the last couple of years? For me, it will be disappointing, but I think what Arsenal, we need to really learn how to finish season. I think now will be 3 years in a row where we've gotten to the end of the season and not had the resources to carry us through. And something that has to be put squarely at the feet of the manager, right? And the club as well. You've got to learn that if you want to win the big trophies at the end of the season, you need to have this depth of the squad. And the depth of the squad is not just about numbers, it's about, key positions in critical areas. Over the summer, Arsenal invested in the defense. And I understand that because we got stunk in the defense a long time ago. Uh, the first, season we went for the title, Saliba got injured and we had to roll out Rob Holding, and we all know how that ended. Rob Holding is no longer in the club anymore. And then last season, right, we lost a couple of games and we still felt that we were that close because I think it was only a few points between us and Manchester City. And we decided to go all in again, return everyone with a few additions. And I think what this season has clearly shown is that it is very difficult if you don't have resources, especially in the forward line. People that can score a goal and change momentum in the game. And listen, right, if you think that that's not important, just look at what happened in the first leg. As soon as Merino scored, there was a noticeable uplift in the crowd. If that game had stood, I feel very confident that Arsenal could have gone ahead and gotten another goal. And we could have been talking about a completely different tie going into the second leg. But that goal did not stand, and goals change games. I think everyone knows that in football. So I think that what Arsenal would need to do is to regroup this summer and go again. Now, this is all for something that we can talk about at the end because the season is not done yet. We've got a very big one at PSG. And listen, um, what does this result does create doubts? And there's something I also wanted to say about it creates doubt, it creates negativity. Maybe for us fans who are watching and thinking we deserve more. But I think for the players, it needs to fire them up. They need to realize that this performance was not good enough to actually, win anything. And if you play like this against PSG, you're gonna be out. So rather than going with fear, I think echoing what the manager said about this result providing a bit of rage, they should know that they have to use this as a result that readies them for the PSG. I know PSG are going to be completely different. They all they have to do, but I gotta say that PSG would also be feeling nervous as well because Arsenal is a team that can score a goal, right? So for me, it's all about, and I think it's the same kind of jeopardy that people were saying that Arsenal took to the Bernabeu. You're almost sort of saying that in Real Madrid, if they score the first goal, it could be really, really interesting. And I know that PSG are at home, so you expect the home crowd to really kick in and support the team. But I feel that this team is capable of putting a one-off performance, 90 minutes. We will need everyone to be at their best. We're talking about Thomas Partey, talking about Declan Rice. We've got to make the most of our corner situations, our free kick situation. Got to make sure that we hold Dembele and he doesn't do what he did in the Emirates, have the freedom of the middle of the circle of the pitch. That cannot happen. If that happens, we are dead. But I'm very optimistic. Listen, guys, if we lose to Bournemouth and we win at PSG, we're in the Champions League final. We are, and everything is forgiven. This team can actually etch themselves into the history books for Arsenal Football Club. So, am I encouraged? I have a bit of niggle within me with regards to that game, but I think that this team is fully focused. The manager is going to refocus them on that PSG. Listen, guys, it's the roller coaster of being a fan. We could be sitting here on Wednesday or Thursday night reflecting on a missed opportunity this season, and that will hurt, right? But we can do all of that in next week. For now, it's all about looking forward to that next game and Arsenal staying on the course and bringing home something that will be a major deal for Arsenal Football Club. Listen, guys, that was just my quick reaction of the Bournemouth game, putting things into perspective, what is really at stake for Arsenal. If you like what I've just said, please hit that like and subscribe button. Let me hear from you. Put it in the comment section as well. How do you think Arsenal is going to approach this game with PSG? Do you think that this is a wasted season? Do you think this season is a failure? Do you think that Mikel Arteta should be answering more questions than he is right now. Let me know what you say in the comment section, and I'll see you. Remember, like what I always say, come here for the Arsenal, stay for the family. Let's go to Paris and make it a unique and remarkable experience. Come on, you Gunners.